Hello and welcome. I'm Sarah Mueller, a reporter with Forbes, and today I'm joined by Stacey Abrams at the Forbes BLK Summit. We're so excited to have you, Stacey. Thank you so much for joining us.
Delighted to be here.
House Republicans have been defunding DEI efforts. What needs to be done to rectify this?
We know that DEI refers to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And what we are watching happen by reactionary and politically motivated actors is that they're trying to restore and resurrect barriers to the American dream. Every time they attack diversity, they're telling someone they don't belong. Every time they attack equity, they're saying you don't deserve to participate in our economy, in our elections, in our education. And when they attack inclusion, they are saying that you're not worthy of being a part of this larger American narrative. We know that DEI is what has made this country stronger. It has been both a protective action and a corrective action. And we should be defending DEI, standing up and celebrating how much progress we've made as a country over the last 248 years.
What do you think the Dems need to do, though, to help combat these efforts by the GOP?
Well, we need to understand that this isn't a partisan issue. This is a people issue. Do you believe that diversity is all people? Do you believe that we should have fair opportunity, which is equity? Do you believe that everyone should have a pathway to the American dream? If you do, your party doesn't matter. Your sense of progress does. And part of our responsibility is to stand up to anyone who would tell us that we don't all deserve full participation in the American dream.
Mm-hmm. Now, your organization, your strategy has led Georgia to have 2 Democrat senators. The polls are now showing that Trump is leading in Georgia and could potentially win. So what are you going to do to help stop that?
I've been very proud to be a part of a network of organizations across the state for the last decade plus that's been building political power amongst people who too often feel that they're not included in the conversation. That's made our state competitive. And when you're a competitive state, that means that at any given moment, someone on the other side might be up, someone on your side might be down. But our job is to always remember that it's about what the people need and making certain they connect that desire to the right to vote and that they have access to the right to vote. So the work that we're doing is to continue to protect access to voting, to continue to lift up the success of Joe Biden. What President Biden has delivered to the state and to the people of this country is very manifest here in Georgia, and to make certain that people believe that November is a call to action, but also a call to the progress that we need to continue across our state.
Do you think the Biden campaign has done enough to help voter turnout here in Georgia?
The Biden campaign is growing and building. We have to remember we haven't even nominated our presidential candidates yet. And so I'm very pleased with the progress we're seeing, with the attention that we're seeing here in Georgia. President Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris have both been here several times, and because of their visits, we know that Georgia is on their mind.
We have seen this Biden-Trump face-off back in 2020. What do you think you're going to tell voters who maybe feel fatigue when looking at this upcoming election and seeing this happen again?
We know that the candidates who are standing for the respective parties are avatars. They're leaders, but they're avatars. They reflect the values that we hold. In President Biden, we have someone who believes in all people, someone who's been willing to invest in the future of this country, someone who's been willing to defend the rights and the responsibilities that women in particular need. In his opponent, we see someone who during his term in office championed xenophobia, misogyny, and hatred, and promises to restore the same to the White House. And so we have to remember that no matter how tired we are, this is not just about what has been past, it's about what our future looks like. And I look forward to championing not only President Biden, but also what he promises for another administration, 4 more years of progress, 4 more years of moving our nation forward.
Before I let you go, you have said in the past that you are going to be president by 2040. Does that mean we're going to see another run for governor, or what's the next step in your political career?
I believe in having strong ambitions and thinking about what's next. And when I responded to that question, it was a question of, do I believe that it's possible? I believe everything is within our grasp if we can work with it, work for it, and if we can build the systems that make it possible. I don't know what I'm going to run for next. Politics is one part of it's one part of what I do. It's one tool in my toolbox, but right now I'm focused on making certain that we have the strongest presidency, that we have leaders at the state and local level who are protecting our rights, that we are defending diversity, equity, and inclusion, because that's the pathway to education, to the economy, and to elections, to making certain that those who hold power on our behalf actually have to listen to us. And so my mission is to do what I can to guarantee equity, access, and inclusion across this country.
Stacey, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.